aboard Teletext Star fans. It's not a very good start, is it? But there you go. Just thought I'd do a quick tutorial just to show people how to get going on the Teletext editor that's on Teletext 40. There's loads of different editors out there, and Dan and I will go through on the Teletext Star podcasts their merits and what you can do and what you can't do with them. But if you wanted just to get going in an online editor that costs nothing, I would not look any further in the first instance than the Teletext 40 editor, and you can find that here, like so. And we're going to go there straight away, and you can see there's one I made earlier. That's what I'm going to do in a minute actually. And this is a fully working teletext service, and people who make things for the service have their pages displayed on there. And you know, there's no bar. Anyone can do it. So why not give it a go and submit your page? And hopefully, if you've never done it before, I can just show you something very quickly now, just to get you going. So resources you need first of all are, I would recommend going to this teletextparty.blogspot.co.uk. When you go there, you will be going to here, and if you click editor templates, you actually get to this page here. And if you just click on anything, I'm going to click on white drawing, and that's going to just take me to a pre-stored URL of a white blank screen, you see. And here we go. Here on the left hand side of your screen you've got all the controls, and on the right hand screen you've got your screen that you want to do. So I am going to do today, I'm just going to do a flag, and it just happens to be the French flag because I know it's in the news at the moment, but it's a very good lesson on how to do some teletext graphics. So what we first need to do is, you would see that that's a blank screen, but actually it's not, because what you're going to actually do is, if you click with your mouse capital Q, there is nothing there. There we go. There you go. So, up it comes. So GW stands for graphics white. So you can now, with your cursor keys, move all the way across there, you see. So if I press F, I can make blocks like so. So what this GW is doing here, that's actually coding the rest of the line until another instruction turns up. But that's a bit slow, so why don't we just go for GW, leaving it up there, and then click a new background, which is there, capital N. So if you click that, the whole bit turns into a white bar. So time is precious on my free evaluation copy of Microsoft Expression, so I'm not going to fanny about. So there we go. So we're going to get that far. Now if I move the cursor to, hold on a second, I hear you say, what, the French flag doesn't start with that colour, does it? It starts with that colour there, the blue. So, allez le bleu. What we're going to do is we're going to just overwrite this GW. We're just going to put a blue there, and you can see it codes the whole line. Marvellous stuff. Saturday today. My team lost yesterday. Dan's team is playing today, so I'm just having a go at doing this video on my Jack Jones. And hopefully you can keep all these episodes and put them in a nice binder and have them on a bookshelf so you can refer to them anytime you like. Right, okay, so we've got our blue, we just need our white now. Now the graphic's white, we could go like so. And you can go, hold on, there's no bytes being coded there. But what we're going to do is, we're going to leave them there in abeyance. And we're going to move across, what's the last colour? So that's blue, white, and then red. So if we put a red about there, we can go da da dun da dun, like this, you see. And you're thinking, oh, I get the idea. So now if I just move my graphics over to here, I could go new background like so. Hear my mouse frantically clicking away. And then the last colour will be, that says graphics red. If we just code that new background after that byte, which is a capital N, there you go, like so. Now, you can see that we've sort of got a flag there. Now, if I actually hide the codes by going little q, there's your French flag, you see, which is all really good. So there's a bit of your first lesson there. Right, we want a bit of text. So if I always like doing my codes back up again. So if I just press Q, then I know I'm not writing, because what will happen is, let's give you an example. If I just do that, say that's a work of art there, you see, like that. Now what happens is, if I knock that GW out just by overwriting it with a space, it turns into just silly old blocks. So you've got to be very careful on what you're doing. Well, when I say careful, don't be careful. You know, don't be scared of it. Just use it as you want to do it. Right. So let's have a bit of text. So down here you've got your green text, your white text, magenta, cyan, double height, and everything like that. So say that we wanted a bit of magenta text, and we wanted it at double height. You can see there it says the magenta, and then that says, I think that says a double height. Oh no, it's normal height, that one. But it's normal height already, so we want double height, which is capital D. There you go. So we got that in white in a normal white colour, but we wanted it in magenta, didn't we? So we go magenta, then we tell it to go double. So you got 2 bytes used up there just to say that, but you can now go like so. And then if you wanted to change the colour, you just change it by clicking whatever colour you want. So if you want yellow, you can go yellow. Yellow. Dun 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 dun. And then you can have all sorts of bits and pieces going on there. So what's that? Green, I hear you say? Well, why not? We can have green. There you go. So some of the pitfalls with the editor are, it's with any teletext editor really, that you can just hide those codes again, and then you can just come along and just overwrite it, and then you can see you can just slowly destroy your really good work. The other thing you can do with the teletext editor is, if you look at your codes now, you see we've got graphics white down there. Well, if I just put my mouse across there and hold down the left mouse, I can actually draw. So you can do some bits and pieces with it straight away. I'm going to hide those again now. So if you wanted to change the colour of that, you can just oh, hello, what's going on there? So if you wanted to change the colour of that Carlos, you've got all those bits in there already, and then all you need to do is just put it in graphics, and like that. Well, white's a bit boring, isn't it? Let's overwrite white and put in a bit of red, racy red, a bit of green. Got to be seen to be green, then we go for blue, and I don't know what else we got there. Bit of cayenne. There you go. So then, when you're happy with your work, what you can do is, if you just copy the URL in the search bar, and the search bar isn't on the video, but if I paste that there, you can see you get a really long URL. But if I actually just go to a new tab and then just press enter and put it in, it will go to the Teletext 40 page, and it will go with the And there you go, it's back up on the it's displayed itself as I left it in the browser, and it means you can access it any time. Apologies for the dropout there, that was my free 10-minute evaluation, so I guess I've got a little bit more time now to elaborate on bits and bobs, but I hope that you've seen some bits just to keep me going. There's loads of other little features here you can have a play with as well, so I mean if you wanted to go to some separated graphics here. Do some separated graphics. So on my Carlos I can now go, oh look at that, okay, then there's the thing with the held graphics as well, where you can actually just change the colour of a byte. So if I wanted that to go green, you can see that you've lost that gap there, but if I go, let me see, let's take a gamble on this, if I go to hold graphic there you go, it fills that byte back in, it makes a copy of the previous byte before. So if you wanted to change a colour halfway through a line and it was quite intricate, yeah, it's a little trick that people use to hold and separate graphics as well. So there you go, enjoy having a play around with that, and we're going to go and do some more little podcasts and things about the various different teletext editors out there, because there's a few people on the Teletext Facebook group and on Twitter that either use the Teletext 40 or other versions as well, which are really impressive. And if you wanted to do drop-in of graphics so you can just convert them into teletext, there are ways and means of doing that as well, but you know they might cost you a couple of quid here and there, so we want to try and keep things free. So have a play with that, and remember, if you submit the URL like I was saying earlier, this long bit here, you can put that in a URL shortener, and we'll be very interested to have your efforts put up on the Teletext Facebook group or on Twitter. So thank you very much, and yeah, take it easy guys. See you later. Teletext star.